How many of you have made a slip, I can't even say it, slip spine journal cover? Who has done that? Let me know. So what we're going to start with, okay, so this is going to be for our letter size prints. Just a regular 8.5 by 11 is what the pages are printed on. Hey, Molly. And so I have cut the things that we're going to use inside. I'm going to make it kind of a firm cover. And so I cut these at, let me see real quick. I did it a while ago, so who knows? I probably don't even remember what I did. I think these are 6. So the pages are 5.5 inches wide because it's a folded sheet of paper, right? Hey, Christina. And it's kind of like a traveler's notebook. It's the way traveler's notebooks, are held together so that you can put your signatures, you can have other signatures that you might slip in and out if you wanted to. And that's just the way I'm going to make this one today. And I'm going to make it so we could put 2 signatures in it. But the reason I went ahead and I did it a whole half an inch larger than a half piece of paper. Let me grab a piece of paper, you guys. It'll make more sense. I'm going to use it larger because that way I don't have to trim and make sure that everything is evened off, right? I don't have to do all of that. So I've got this much room that, when you keep adding pages, they start, stacking up and looking kind of odd. They're not even. They're going to be all, all even, all uneven. Oh, my word. And so that's why I wanted to have plenty of room to stick out and, not have to worry about that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pages, and all of a sudden in the middle of my printing, my printer started printing with an odd tone. It was way more blue than it was to start with. Do you see your junk journal? Yes, and I put myself there too. So hopefully I'm there. Thank you, Molly. And Molly, you are always so good about getting me over there, and I so appreciate that. You have no idea. And so what I'm going to do is I ended up with one that had been for my printouts before, okay? And so it's going to match, and I need that to be the inside portion of my book, okay? And so I'm going to use these other 2 because they printed out separately. And I don't know, it's just a little warmer of a print. The tone is a little bit warmer than what these are. But I've got 2 of these that I can use for my cover. And so even though my pages are going to be like this, I'm going to use these 2 and turn them this way for my cover. And it's not going to, line up. It's not going to be exactly, it's not going to be like a print that, what am I trying to say? I can't even think. Like where it matches up. I have no idea. I can't even think right now. Now, do you ever try to think of a word? And then it's like, what was that? Hi, Sue. Hi, Linda. Oh my goodness. So let's get this out of the way and we will start building the cover. So first off, we are going to, I really think these are pretty much, doesn't really matter which way they go. They look pretty good, but I do need to make sure that I know which one is going to be the front. So I sliced off the border here, so when I overlap it, then, I could have made it match. I actually could have made that match, but hang on, let me grab out these pieces of chipboard and see if that's enough room, if I match them. Okay, that's pretty close. That's a lot more of an overlap than I was planning, but let's see if there's enough room. Oh, I think that is enough room, you guys. But then that means that I kind of wanted that spine to be, I could put it way closer where the paper meets to the back edge of the spine. Let's do that. Okay, well, I'm glad I checked on that. My goodness, I didn't think there was any chance that I would be able to match it up. So let's first use a piece of this on the edge. Okay, so here's my cut edge. Now this might be kind of tricky getting it to match since I'm going to have my tape already on, you guys. We'll see how I do. We'll see. So I'm going to put that down and lift it up. Get a pokey tool here and lift it off. So we're just using some of the same paper that is part of the printable. And I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac down here so that it will help give it just a tiny bit more wiggle room, you guys. If I do this and I put the glue on top of that tape, it'll give me a little bit more time. And I don't want to get it too far over here. I know it's going to be a bigger seam than I thought it would be. So let's kind of hold it up here and see if we, let me put the, I'm going to put the bottom down here on a grid line so I can make sure that that part's straight. I'm going to hold it here and then matchy. That looks pretty close. I think that's close, you guys. Okay, and now we just want to really burnish it down. I've got a bone folder here and I'm just gonna burnish that real good. Woohoo! May you ask what JJJ is? You certainly can. It is a group, it's a no-cost group, and it stands for Junk Journaling Jamboree. Now we have more things than just junk journal. It's that was kind of the initial, you know, purpose of the group, but basically it's paper crafting. Okay, now I wonder, oh you guys, that is so not straight at all. Oh, I hope, let's see you guys, that's a problem. Okay, so it needs to go this way because this will be the front, this will be the back. If we put the spine to where it's just, I can see through my paper where it is. My spine I have made about 1 inch. So let me line up one of them. Yeah, that is really going crazy. You know, I think I've got enough. I think I've got enough room here. That's kind of irritating though. And it's going to be crooked on that back. On the spine, it'll be crooked. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to leave a gap in between here. And one way to think about that is you need enough to where when it folds, you know, you've got that amount of room. So if, you know, if nothing else, you can do that and see how much you need. So it's just, you know, probably not even 1/8 of an inch. So if you're somebody who this is totally new, then that was, you know, that you'll want to know that. Okay, now a lot of this doesn't matter. We just want to get it stuck down here, and then as we fold it over, and the print, we've got our print to where we're going to put this on the inside. So as long as we get our these things kind of straight across from each other, we're going to be okay. And this is not big enough, you guys. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. And I tried to print out 2 sheets and I forgot to set the thing and it printed way more pieces. Oh my goodness. You know what though? When we get this far, I'll still be able to make this happen. I'm going to trim the, you guys, don't you wonder sometimes what in the world I go live for? Now, okay, here's the thing. We have to decide, are we going to leave this white border on? Because as we turn this edge in, and we've got this white border, it'll give us a little bit more paper to cover. If we don't, we're going to trim it here, and we will have enough room. I think I am going to trim the white edge off. You guys, I'm going to have to do part of this and then come back and do that area that I have missed. But we'll be able to move forward. I cannot believe I did that. You know I can't. You know I'm always saying that. I can't believe it. But you know I can. That is really irritating. And you know, when I thought about that, and I thought I should probably have an extra paper in case something happens. And then when my printer started printing out all the extra pages that I didn't need, I'm like, well, now I don't have time. And this is the color, you know what, and this is the color that I can't get it to print now. That's super annoying. Okay, well, you know what they say about junk journals, they're not perfect, right? And this is going to be far from perfect. But yeah, so you can go over, you can, you know, try to get in the Junk Journal Jamboree group. All you have to do is look look for the junk journal. It's junk journaling jamboree. So make sure that you do, make sure that that's what you're looking for. I think I can use this blue line to kind of make sure that this is in the middle. And I am going to put that down. Let's put it down first, you guys. And then we can kind of line that up, and that'll be a lot easier to put that one on the right. And this one, I love this tape that tears. It sticks nice and it tears off so easy. So just make sure you've got that pressed down good, and then just lift it off. It's kind of easy to pick it up. Once it's adhered to the other side, once you grab the little liner piece, then that's easy to pull off. Okay. I am using it. I just don't have another one printed, Sue. That's the problem. I need this one to go this way inside. I could turn it the other way, but I still don't have another piece of it. It's not going to cover. I would need two pieces that way. So I'm not worried about it going that other way. And mostly because there's going to be another one facing it that will be the first page of the journal pages that I printed off. I have printed that on the back side of one page, so that will be the first one that you'll see. So it'll be kind of like a book cover. You know how in a book cover, when you see like Reader's Digest or something, where it has a pretty inside cover, it'll be kind of like that. Okay, you guys, let's see. So there is that over there. Oh, wait a second. Let me kind of line this up here. So I don't even know how long this is. And my really long ruler isn't there. You know what? Hang on one second. Let me pull this over to the side so I can see how long it is. This is almost 16 inches. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure, I've got to make sure that that back seam is towards the back. That is what I'm shooting for. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll be in trouble, right? And then I'm going to kind of line it up here, and I can see my blue line up there. And look, so you can see I've got this paper over here a little bit off to the right and not down here. All right, so now I don't know why I turned this over. like that's got some rhyme or reason to be that way, right? How funny. I just like to do this because it'll help it stick a little bit better as I put it down. It'll help it grab sooner. Our friend Shauna from Fraps and Scraps, she always says tape for today, glue for tomorrow, or something like that. She has a real cute little phrase like that, and it's true, because sometimes the glue strips just kind of deteriorate. Their adhesive, for some reason, is not always as permanent as what you might find for your glue. So I'm just going to do this to help me have some to stick it on there. I got it on my nail. Okay, and let's put some on here, and then we'll stick it down. So we've got a good amount of space to cover here, and we're going to wrap the paper around on the outside edges. But this paper isn't going to go anywhere. We're going to put enough glue in here. It's not going anywhere. So we don't have to worry about that. And I just need to bump it a little bit away from the spine piece to make sure it's got room to bend. Otherwise, you'll get it all bunched up and it can't bend. I don't know where I put my... I tell you what, you guys, this should be a clue to you that I'm really, truly... When I tell you I've got a mess going in here, you should know it's very true, because I don't even know where my big spatula thing is that I have used before, and it's so handy. So I'm going to put this here. So I've got a nice amount of space on both sides. And it doesn't matter if those are really that even, because it's going to be bent over and covered, right? Yes. Okay, you guys. Yes. Thank you, Molly, for helping out in the comments. I'm so busy here. Hi, Katie. How are you? Okay, this is called chipboard, and I got it off of Amazon. It's a medium weight. I can give you a link for it. But sometimes you can take several, layers of something like cereal board. A lot of product packaging can be big enough. Yeah, Molly, you're right. Like a cake box size. That looks just about like that size, doesn't it? And then sometimes we cut down our journals and make them the size that we need to fit in whatever we found to use for the journal covers. I'm just making this one so it actually will fit my 8.5 by 11 pieces. And I cut these down out of a 12. These pieces of chipboard that I have used from this were 12 by 12. Okay, so now we've got that there like that. I kind of wish I'd have used a little bit more tape. Thank goodness I used some, because now we need to go ahead and start bending it over. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut off a little on the corners, because we want to be able to miter the corners so we don't have so much thickness right there. So we'll trim it off the corners. And you don't want to, do it all the way against it. You want to leave a tiny bit. Okay. Sometimes you just have a direction that works better for you to cut, right? So almost to it, and then out. And it doesn't, these are going to fold over. Nobody's going to see this part. And some people just go straight across. It doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. Okay. Cover that up so it's not so dangerous. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Sandy's joining us over there on YouTube. Oh, isn't that great? New gadget alert. Yeah, I tell you what, those are pretty handy. And you know what? I never have been fond of using a craft knife because they're just dangerous to me. And I tell you what, I have a lot more control with those. So now I'm going to, actually, let's just do these one at a time so we don't have things sticking everywhere. Oh, shoot. Well, we can put our tape down. We're just not going to take the liners off of all of it yet. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Martha got the gadget and she loves it. Yeah, don't you though? They really are nice. And then I actually got a second one. My blade was not that I couldn't have changed the blade, but just about the time that the blade was getting, needing to be replaced, somebody had shared she saw them online and they were on sale. And I'm like, well, good grief. I can't hardly pass up that. It was a good sale price. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the sides first. So let's pick that off. Make sure it's down really good. And just release that. You guys, if you're not used to wearing sunscreen and you think you don't need to do that because you're not outside that much or anything, check out just going in and out and what little I have been outside. This was from my watch. Can you believe that? That's just incidental sun has given me, this much. I'm just like, wow. So yeah, be careful out there. All that sun is just like cumulative. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're just going to kind of bend it up and just start it. We're just going to start training it there. And then just wrap it on over. And just push it in and get it sealed down. So easy. You guys, this just takes a little while, a little effort, but it's just not difficult at all. As I can't get this off. Oh my goodness, what in the world? Well, let's try the other side. There we go. Is it from the sun? What are you? I don't know what you're talking. Hi, Deborah. Is it from the sun? Oh, you can't. You know what? I think that is where I picked it up. That took me a minute. That took me a minute, I tell you. You're funny. Okay. So just like get it over there a little bit. And like I said, after I got that kind of, it's not too crookedy. Not too bad. And you guys, look, here's the spine. Look at that. It's really not too bad. You can't even hardly see where the seam is. That turned out nice. Very nice. It's always great when we have something that works out super great, right? Now, you know what? Hey, as soon as you guys, you know what I should have done while we were talking? I should have gone ahead and just started another print of that. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, so now we're just going to kind of push this in here on the corner. If you've got a little bit sticking out, just kind of bump it in there. Okay, and then give it a little push this way. That one, you know what? I'm going to push this down here like this. Can you see what I'm doing? It's over a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that it doesn't stick out. So you can always, do that. So now I'm just going to pull this one. I'm just going to lay it over this way. There. There we go. Then we'll do this one. Okay, I'd rather get this all done here. Hang on one second. I hope I have enough, paper in my printer, you guys. Just one second. Let me try and print one out. It is not going to completely match this one I've got, but I'd rather do it and then splice it down the center because that will work a lot better. So let me see here. Let me just print one more. And if I splice it in the center, it's not going to look quite so off. We're not going to notice the color change so much as if I had left this one over here and then spliced it over here. Oh, what that is, that's funny. So let's see if we can't get that going. Oop, I got to turn my Wi-Fi on. Okay. Is it going to find it? There, I hear it. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when my Wi-Fi has been off, it takes it. I sometimes just have to cancel the job. It can't even find it when I turn it back on. Oh my gosh, does it have paper? Oh my gosh, I don't think it's got a piece of paper. Hang on one second. Oh my goodness. Of course not. Of course it's out of paper. But we'll get it taken care of. Let's get this cover done, you guys. Let's do it. Okay, it's thinking about it. There we go. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Who wants to have this many printer problems? It just gets old. Oh my goodness. Okay, it canceled it. Oh. You guys, if you were right here with me, you'd be struggling right along. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Okay, it doesn't show there's anything ready to print. I turned its Wi-Fi on. Let's try again. All we want is one little page. One page, please. Okay. Woohoo! It did it, you guys. It found itself. Thank goodness. Okay, let's finish this part up here. And then we can put our liner piece in, and we'll be okay to put the first piece down. Okay, this, let's see if we need to bump over a tiny bit, just barely. And you guys, if you get your corners cut too short, what you can do is, what do I do with those pieces I trimmed off? If you get a corner cut too close and you're going to have your stuff sticking out, you can take your corner that you cut off and just stick it right down here, and then, you know, pull it up, and then you'll have, you know, not your inside workings showing. Whoops, there's a little bit of something nasty fell in there. Okay, and just press up like this. And I'm just going to fold this one over, down, and just press it in. And then when you get down here, one of the things that you can do too is give it a good crease in here into your little areas that are going to, you know, be all bendy. Okay? All right. Now, let's put this piece on. Now look at this. Look at this magic. See how pretty this is? And see, you're not going to even hardly notice. And so I am going to cut it though. Let's cut it at about, I mean, we've got a lot. We can leave about, I don't know. It's less than ½ an inch on the side, you guys. Oh, it's already, oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to fold it and then I'll know exactly where I want to put it. That seems like an even better idea. And then I'm just going to cut this down. My print is done, you guys. I'm glad I decided to do that. And I'm going to show you what a difference there is between these two. Actually, this was done on another printer. But like I said, it started getting really wonky colors. See, look at this. Look how much more blue is in this one than this one. I mean, it's pretty. But once our journal signatures are in here, nobody's going to know. I almost wish I would have done both of these the same. You guys, I'm going to print one more. Let's just have a match, right? Why not? Why would we not? I think we should. That didn't take too long. We know we've got paper in there. It should be good to go this time. Let's do it. Let's just make it right. We'll cut this off while we're waiting for that. Let me cover my glue up. Isn't this just like, you know what? And let me see what we're doing. Let's see what we're talking about. Let me go back and see. Oh, yeah. Hey, Molly, that's a great thing, too. The middle corners. But this is inside. You know, this is our inside. Now, I have put... Hi, Helen. Hi, Pat. Hey, you guys. So, the printable that we're using for the junk journal tomorrow, our junk journal jamboree tomorrow, over in the junk journaling jamboree group, we are going to be using, I designed the kit for this time, and it's not quite ready. I mean, it's ready. I need to do the little things to load it into my Shopify store, so it will be ready later. But I did leave a link to my Shopify store, so at least you'll be able to get to the store, right? And there is a section that is for printables, so you'll be able to find it if you are interested in that. And then tomorrow we'll have a link right to it, right to the printable. And so, okay. Well, you guys, the reason I said I was using that one was so that it would match the cover of the other thing. Because this is what the cover looks like there. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'd rather have this cover all match. So let's trim the end. You guys, this, I have been really pleased with this paper trimmer. If I just wanted to slice off that teeny tiny white part, I can do it. Even if it was a tiny bit less than that. I've been really impressed. I don't know. How many paper trimmers do you each have? Are you like me? Have you tried about everyone under the sun? I don't know. People who are getting started with their, you know, adventure, I'm sure that they don't have nearly as many. I like the ones that have the round blades. They sure make nice cuts, but I like the ones with the points because you can get right where you want to be. You can get exactly where you need to be. And let's just make these probably both the same. Whoops, that's the score blade. Okay, I think we're done with the paper trimmer. Let's put the back one on first. And I am going to the glue, and you know what, that Fabri-Tac glue takes a little while to dry, so having a bit of tape on here makes it kind of handy. Because I really kind of think that this is truly a non-directional paper, because I was doing something with it and I'm like, wait a second, was that the right way? And I flip-flop it around. I'm like, well, I don't think I got it on wrong. And so I think it is pretty much a non-directional. Okay. So I'm going to put the back piece on first, and then the front will layer over. So we'll have that. Oh my goodness. Donna says she has 3. Martha has 2. Hey Anne, how are you? Glad you could join us today. Do you have any envelope journal videos? Oh, the paper I designed. This is a kit that I have designed, and the whole kit will be available tomorrow. Or no, I told you tonight. Tomorrow is when everybody is going to be using it. Make sure I get some of this on here so it can have a little moment to wiggle. And I need to get down this side. Okay. So let's put this in here. It kind of lined up there. And make sure and do those creases good. Do this so you don't have it all lumpy and bumpy. Okay, and then this one. So the tone, so it's a wedding theme, and I tried to have it. Now this has way more blue in it than the rest of the collection. I tried to make it so I thought that if anybody wanted to use it for anybody's wedding, you know what, let me pull that off a little. They would be able to use any kind of colors that they wanted to with it. So it's kind of whites and creams and kind of a gray-green color. So very soft colors, but you know, hopefully anybody would be able to use, you know, whatever wedding colors they wanted to. Thanks, Helen. Scissors. two paper cutters and 200 pairs of scissors. Hey, listen, I decided several years ago that there should be a pair of scissors in any room that I'm in, because, you know, I may need to cut something. And so after my mom passed away, I'm telling you, we found all kinds of scissors while we were cleaning stuff up, and we just laughed about it, and the girls made fun of how many scissors she had, and I took the scissors. I did not get rid of them. Hey, some of them were good scissors. Oh shoot, I just dropped my little tool. So I got plenty of scissors now, you guys. Not like I didn't have enough before. But a bunch of them are in a little bag that I brought home from there. And I ran across that, I don't know, not long ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all those scissors. Completely forgot how many scissors I had brought home. But, you know, she sewed, and, you know, she probably was the first person who taught me that, you know, you do not use your sewing and cloth fabric scissors for paper at all. And I tell you what, if you ever have had a pair that, man, I'm just getting all kinds of little nasty things sticking on here. I have no idea what kind of green fuzzy thing showed up. I don't see anything green in here. Anyway, okay, let's get this one down. And then you guys, we're coming down to the end. We're going to be done. We just have to put our little spine thing in, and that's not too hard. And then tomorrow we're going to do our journal. I may go ahead and, I'm not sure if I will record doing my signatures or not. Okay, let's get this down here. Try to match it up. Well, not matchy, but that's not too bad. Now this, we're not probably going to see much of this because it will be behind our signatures. Okay. Okay, now let's put in our elastic so we can do that. Tomorrow here on this page, yeah, you can watch me on my page. You can also go in the group. We'll be streaming me into the Junk Journaling Jamboree group. You can join over there. We do lots of fun things. We usually have the events that we have in Junk Journaling Jamboree are, we have a junk journal one week, and everybody uses the same kit. And then we have a memory decks event, and everybody uses the same kit for that. We have one event called Paper Pals, and Paper Pals, everybody gets to do what they want. All the presenters make something that's just kind of a crafter's choice thing, but we have a secret element that all of our crafters have to use. And so you get to guess through the whole day what the secret element is. Okay, this is my front. All right. So now we're going to poke our little holes in here. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to make this for 2 signatures, you guys. So we're going to poke our hole first and then put in the little eyelets. Oh, here's the small side. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. This will be down at the bottom. Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness, what has happened here? Got tape on here. Let me see. You know what? I think I actually found the little guide thing. I wish my little guide hadn't fallen off, because then I'll just have to hope that I get them even, you guys. So I'm just going to put 2, and I'm just going to put them up not quite half an inch into the spine. And we'll do the other side. So we want 2 of them. Okay. And, well, those are kind of not exactly in the center, but they'll be okay. And the other one, wait till you see what we're going to use for the cording. Get over that little, this keeps hanging up on that screw. Oh my goodness. Here. Oh, you guys, you know what? I really need to mark this, because if I get these, if these are not straight across from each other, it's going to cause my whole journal, when I put it in there, it's going to hang wonky. So let's make sure we get it kind of straight. I didn't even think of that. I was just going to put them in there. Well, that looks more straight. Well, I guess I can't. Oh my word. Let me see. Okay. Now this is the moment when you wish you had your T ruler. You guys, hang on a second. Oh my goodness. I'm fighting it out here. Okay, that one needs to be up a little higher. I'm just gonna mark it. And then this one, that one really needs to be higher. Okay, let's do it. We'll see how that goes, you guys. That screw is just in the way. And this one. Man, I just pinched myself with that thing. That hurt. I've never done that before. Man, I was almost afraid I cut myself. Okay, now we're gonna put the little eyelets in. These are so crooked. They truly are crooked, you guys. I thought about using bigger ones because they would be, they go in deeper, but they were so huge, and I'm like, well, that looks ridiculous. So now I'm just gonna put this in here, and I've got it already set to the right size, depending on what your eyelet and your hole is. You know, you have different settings. These little block things move all the way around into different settings, and so you get those on there. It's Monday. Oh my gosh, right? I tell you, it is. I did take advantage of the weather being a little bit cooler. I was gonna go do something else, and I thought, you know what, while it's a little bit cooler, I need to get out there and clean out some stuff that's in that garden that my daughter had started. And then she decided she was going to be gone most of this month and back up to Minnesota. And so I thought, and she decided, well, there wasn't any sense in doing that time of year gardening. I'll go ahead and squeeze them really hard again. And so it is just the biggest mess. And there's been stuff that's come up and growing. There was mint out there, and oh my gosh, it has gotten so big and really blooming, and so I hated to get rid of it, but it is just so overgrown. And you know, if you don't know, mint can really take over. Okay, you guys, look at this. This is what we're going to use for our, this is an elastic gift band. It's like to put, it's an easy closing to use like on a package. And I have a bunch of these. I've had them for a long time, and I was in my drawer and I'm like, hey, that's elastic, that'll work. So this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so from the inside, this works if you've got two signatures that you're going to use. This will work, and you can have it, you don't even have to have it showing on the outside except up here at the tops and the bottom. Okay, so from the inside, start and go out, go back in. Okay, pull it down, go out from the inside, take it back around, and then go from the outside in. And now then you're just going to pull it pretty tight. Oh, I wish I had done that the other way. That'll be fine. And now you can just kind of pull it taut because you want your signatures to catch in there. And then you can just tie this one, tie it kind of tight. I might flip these around so this is in the back. And you know what? If you have some of those tweezers that kind of lock, you can use them and kind of give yourself another, you know, finger or pair of hands or whatever. So now what's going to happen is, let's say this is our little signature, and we'll be able to just slide our signatures in here like this. And what I am going to do, when I do these like this though, what I like to do is take my corner chomper thing, and I don't see it handy. Let's just use a pair of scissors. And I like to round the corners of these inside edges. And maybe you know, do the other corners too. But this way, it gives it a nice place to catch. So you're going to have, you know, a whole bunch of pages. This is just one sheet. But see how nice that'll rest in there then? See how it rests in there now? And so then this will be one signature, and we'll have one over here. Phew, we made it, you guys. Good grief, I had no idea that would take that long today. But hey, we had to print pages and do all kinds of stuff, right? So we got it done. We got it done, you guys. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Wasted a week in communication. Oh. Oh my goodness, hang on one second. Let's see, any other questions? Anybody else have any other questions? Let's see. Thanks, Carol. Oh my gosh, you left your purse somewhere. Did you do that today, Kimberly? You put Donna. Yes, and when we do paper pals and they accidentally tell you what it is. Yeah. The first couple times that we did, or like the first times that some people did it, they didn't really understand that it was like a secret thing. So that was funny. That was kind of funny. They certainly did it by accident. I'm probably going to take this out and switch it because I'd rather have it in the second signature to be tied. And you can tie a little bow so it looks neat and you don't even have to trim it. And that way, if you want to, redo it and get it out of there, you can do that. And, I will say, and I thought about this, if you used bigger eyelets than this, it would give you a chance to use something besides elastic cording. Say you decided that you wanted to use like some kind of a ribbon or something, not ribbon, yeah, like a tiny lace. You could, get the ends all, squish them up kind of like, like they do shoelaces, and you could stick that in because it's just enough more room. Let's see if I can find the... Oh, here it is. This is when I was trying to decide which size I was going to do. See how much bigger it is? Look at that. It's a lot bigger. So you'd have, room to put like a little piece of lace or something in. And, maybe you do both. Maybe you want to put in your elastic to hold it in and then a pretty piece of lace too. Who knows? But that's just an option. You guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I will see you tomorrow. My time tomorrow is going to be different, you guys. I'm going to be on at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, okay? You guys have a wonderful day. Let me know if you make one of these slip spine journal covers. Talk to you later.